I guess the evolution of my business kind of brought me to Cavalor, because we used to run with like 25 horses, mostly client horses, mostly like children's hunters, like younger horses we had imported, horses for kids and adults that needed to be quiet. But then when I started having higher end horses and horses to jump FEI classes and Grand Prix horses, I really needed something different, and I needed more stamina, I needed bigger muscles, and we switched to feeding just straight Timothy hay for a cleaner energy that was like more balanced, but instead of the alfalfa. When we did that, we really noticed like we needed something, and I started asking around to fellow Grand Prix competitors, and I had friends that were feeding Cavalor, and they were like, hey, look, you gotta try it. So I put a few horses on it. I noticed a huge difference, and I actually noticed I could really control the horses' energy levels. So whereas before I was like, oh, I have to feed this so that they're quiet, I actually could feed something different and have horses with more energy, more muscle for Grand Prix horses, or even quieter for the junior hunters without having to lunge them as much, or young horses, like you could really help their focus. And so I've really, even when I've bought horses from other trainers, they're like, oh my gosh, how'd you get him so quiet? And I was like, I just fed him this, you said he needed like worked an hour in the morning before we showed, so I just changed his grain from like a sweet feed is what he was eating to Cavalor, and I put him on Pianissimo at the show, and he was like, you didn't have to work him at all in the morning. So all of a sudden that like cut down on our time the grooms have to spend like prepping the horses, time we have to spend getting there early in the morning to ride him, and the wear and tear on his legs and feet and everything. And so I think it's awesome that we can do that just based on what they eat. Plus, like, I myself love to eat very healthy, and I think that's important for athletes, and it's an important part of your nutrition and well-being. And so I love to do that for my horses too, because they're like my kids. So like that's so important to me.